Legacy thinkers. We all have them in our organization. And oftentimes we need them to move our ideas and our solutions forward. But they seem to be the biggest resistors to change, don't they? They block new ideas and innovation at every corner. They've been there, done that. They know all the reasons why it won't work. They shut down ideas before they even get a chance to breathe life. Sometimes they've got 25, 50 years of experience under their belt, and other times they just often come from that perspective of saying no first. So what do we do to get legacy thinkers on board with change? Because in reality, we need them. Well, fortunately for you, I've had a lot of experience in this, and I've learned the key to moving legacy thinkers forward. And there's really three keys in this, three levels to it. The first one, and this is going to sound a little bit out there, but go with me, is to have empathy. Here's the thing. Oftentimes, people who are legacy thinkers are people who are feeling irrelevant. The change has crept up on them, and they're feeling like their skills, their talents, what got them to where they are today, the success they've had in the past, is no longer relevant today. They're on thin ice. That's how they feel. So every time you and I come to them with a new idea, a change in direction, a different way of doing something, it threatens their existence a little bit. They may not be aware that this is how they're feeling, but I guarantee you it's under the surface. So first of all, while I know it's frustrating, come with a little empathy. Recognize that, hey, they're probably feeling a little scared. They're probably feeling like their relevancy is on thin ice. Maybe they're worried about their own future, their place, or their value in the world that it is today. So number one to the key is to have empathy. The second thing is to value the experience. Yes, they're saying no to everything and they're shutting stuff down. But all those years of experience that they've had in the past are very relevant and very meaningful if we can pull out the nuggets outside of it. And that's where the third key really comes in. And this is a tool that you can use to get legacy thinkers on board with change. I call them then now statements. So let me give you an example. Let's say I'm in a meeting and we've got some legacy thinkers at the table and I'm saying, here's the direction I think we should take with our internal technology. And they're shutting it down and they're saying no because, 10 years ago we did this and 5 years ago we did that and it won't work because of this and that. You know the drill. You've probably been in that meeting. So here's what I'm going to say back to them. Okay, Jessica, what didn't work then and how would you change it to make it work now? Do you see what I did there? I'm valuing the experience from the past. I'm letting them explain their no's. I want to hear that, right? That's that empathy and that respect. I want to understand where this is coming from, but I want to move them into the now. What would we do differently? Okay, what were the variables that caused that idea to not work then? And what are the variables now that have changed? Get them into the now. It takes the gears in their brain away from the past and into the now. Then and now statements. What happened when you tried to implement this then? And what has changed that might make it more successful now? Then and now. Wrap your questions in valuing the experience, but pulling them forward. Oftentimes, what you'll find is that just getting them to think about how now is different will get them more open to new ideas. I have found great success in using then and now statements, questions, with the legacy thinkers around me. It gets them moving forward with me. So again, kind of the three parts of the key is number one, empathy. Recognize where they're coming from, because guess what? You and I might be there one day too. So have some empathy for them. Number two, value that experience. I want to pull that information out of them. But number three, I want to move them forward. And that's where the then and now statements, those questions, really help. So the next time you're in that meeting, the next time you're having that conversation, whether that's a client, a leader, an employee, make sure to squeeze in those then and now statements.